Hello everybody, this is Ghost Hunter 385 and we are back with the second to last mission for StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. Oh, what's
This is
going
Kate
on here?
Rockwell reporting live for UNN. Stunning news tonight as massive numbers of Zerg
that's
began
not
pulling
good,
back to their main
especially
hive on the
for
planet
Jim and
Char.
everybody there
While they
on
aren't giving up the
Char.
worlds they've conquered, most of the aliens
Really
appear to
not
be
good
massing
for
near the
them
fiery
right
planet.
there.
What can it mean,
Nope.
Kate?
We really don't know, Donnie. We'll keep you
Yeesh.
posted with any further
Yeah,
developments.
that's not good.
I know what it means.
Yeah, that means the Zerg are coming back, so we have to hurry and get this job done. Otherwise, we're
How you holding up,
boned
Jim?
hard. You know, I've never actually heard of hydralisks being poisonous. To be straightforward with everybody here,
I've decided to hand over all
I've
command.
never
I understand.
actually heard
I
of
know
that.
that ain't easy for
That's
you.
interesting.
Easy.
Easy, son.
Son, I'm getting off easy compared to what you guys
Yeah,
are.
so we have to get rid of
To
their
reach the
air
main
or
hive,
ground
you'll have to
enforcements.
choose between
Oh,
taking out
I'm
the
not going to
ground
spoil what I
reinforcements or
normally
the air
pick for
support.
this, but
There ain't time for both.
Don't worry, General.
let's
I'll
just
deal with
say
it, sir.
in the game
First TT
storyline,
break.
it's not what
Everything should
happens
get
in
patched
the
up.
game.
That's an order.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Lock and load, Jimmy boy.
Biggest turkey shoot in the galaxy. Is this supposed to be a Doom
We got
reference?
here's the biggest turkey
Well, the biggest problem is with this being the biggest turkey shoot in the galaxy is that, you know, Zerglings are a dime a dozen and those bullets won't last forever.
We ain't in no position.
Really hate to say that, but that's the
You're always
truth.
an inspiration
I
to
mean,
us.
when you get the Swarmling evolution, oh geez, that's just terrible. That's truly terrifying when you think about it. But we'll save that for the heart of the swarm.
We've secured our
Blah blah
landing
blah
zone
blah blah
thanks
blah
to
blah 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 blah.
You know,
I need to kill something.
I've been thinking.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Scares me more than the Zerg.
But we need to get the job done,
We have
folks.
to take out those night
Check out the
swarms
Nida
before we
swarms.
can make a move on the
Yeah.
hive.
Tychus thinking
Then
is
the
more
Zerg
scary than the
burst up on us
Zerg.
wherever they please.
I want to hear that story.
Exactly conducive to our health.
What has Tychus Finley been thinking that makes
Placing
Jim
charges
scared?
at the right spots in their
That's
Nidus network.
Something
Well,
to
the whole
consider,
system alive.
folks. I
Don't you
mean,
object, General?
what did Tychus do so bad in the past
Bigger problems still
that
lie.
makes
Even if
Jim
we could
Raynor
move our
like,
units
oh, that's
forward,
scary?
We can't provide
Or
adequate
maybe
air
it's just
cover
that
for the
Tychus
hive.
isn't all that
Any
bright to a
suggestions?
degree. Who the
Intel
heck
shows
knows at this
80% of the
point?
Zerg flyers nest on an infested
Let's see, most of the Zerg
platform.
flyers are in a platform on orbit. Is that the same platform that at the end of the original, at the end of Brood War,
Vanessa Burrow deep
where
into
the
the
Zerg have to fight
Shows
off the
detonations
Protoss, what
We'll lead the
remains of the
ladder strike
UED
force on the
fleet
platform and take it apart
and the
piece by
Dominion?
piece.
Is that the same
It's your call,
platform?
Rita.
Kind of wonder. You know, I normally kind of wishy-washy,
We
but
can deal with the
my
Nidus
general is to
swarms
attack the
themselves.
platform.
But there
I
ain't
don't
no way
want
we can
what
advance
you
without
see
it.
in this mission
We gotta
coming
take
down
that
and
platform
surprising
down.
you. Especially not when you have to deal with the Queen of Blades' constant assaults. I mean, her psionic attacks that you will see in the next mission here, it's not fun to deal with. And add the Zerg monstrosity that appears in this
It's
mission.
actually made up of several small
Yeah.
platforms tethered together in geostationary orbit. The nests are
No,
too deep
thank
inside
you.
to destroy
No,
with a
thank you.
bombardment.
I'd rather deal
Clearing
with
the whole
one than
thing
the
with
other,
ground forces
truthfully
costs.
honest.
Adjutant,
And as for the
what's
Nidus
picking up in
worms,
orbit? Has it got power?
I have strategies for that.
Affirmative.
And it actually
There are
works out
readings
pretty
indicating
well.
intense heat coming from the platform.
Especially when you have
Core
ways to
towers
defend
are
your
kept
base that
stable
don't
by a
rely
series
on
of
having
coolant
bunkers
towers,
everywhere
still
too.
operational despite the Zerg infestation.
But that's for the final mission, and
There's
that
your
is
answer,
for the
General.
last live
We
stream
get
for
on board and
StarCraft
destroy
2,
the coolant towers in each
Wings of
section.
Liberty.
The reactors will go critical and take care
So
of the
take
Zerg
out
cores.
those towers,
Excellent
well,
plan.
they're
You missed
coolant
your calling,
towers
Rita.
that
You would have made an
maintain
outstanding
fusion
staff officer.
reactors.
I reckon
Cool.
I'm right where I'm meant to be, General.
So it's a quick smash and grab, y'all! Smash and grab!
Kerrigan won't be giving us a second chance.
Sometimes I think of the first Scary Movie, because some of those outtake scenes were actually the funniest. Alright, everybody, today's topic is woke, broke, and guess what? You are in jail. Prison. Take your
Sir,
pick.
I'm scanning to get a positive
Oh,
fix on the
everyone's gonna say, oh, woke. Oh, you're gonna hate on the woke people? I don't
Got it.
hate.
I'll mark
Thank
the
you
tower
very
coordinates on your
much.
map.
Hating is pointless. I don't hate these people. I choose to believe that they just choose to believe something without fact checking it, is the best way to phrase that.
The platforms will burn up and kill everything on them.
But anyway, I digress. Woke people do this to themselves. I mean, you know, truthfully honest, the woke was there before, while President Obama was in office. It was there, but it was really under the surface, kind of like the layering of a cake. Well, if you know how to make a layered cake, but I'm not going to go into that. But more or less, you know, there's the cake, the frosting, maybe they put some jam or something there, and they slap that cake piece on top, and then they frost it, and they do a little work with it, but I digress. The woke idea has always been
Commander, you should stay away from those tunnel entrances.
underneath
According to the
what's been
sensors, they're
going
chock
on,
full of
and it's been
mutants.
pushed in universities, I believe, since the late 2000s, I believe. But it didn't really get its big kickoff until, guess who was president? Donald John Trump. And then it just exploded. It's like in high school DxD. Boost! Explosion! Alright, I gotta cut out the anime references, but I digress.
The reactor's melting down. Move out.
The main point I'm making here is woke, broke, jail, or prison. Roll the dice. Now, I'm going to get these conflicting arguments that woke people are trying to help people understand. Well, here's the fundamental problem with woke. Woke, if you're sitting here saying that you can't take criticism because it makes you uncomfortable, or I don't know, that you cannot, I repeat here, you cannot,
It's getting ready to blow.
not just criticism, but you can't even listen to somebody clap
There she goes.
because that's triggering. Or you have to put on a darn safety pin to feel safe enough to talk about uncomfortable subjects.
Add-on.
You know, I have to wonder, is American society become, I want that, blah, 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 blah. Or is it they're so infantized, or is it the, excuse me, I want to speak to your manager? Or has we as Americans become so entitled to how everything is that we feel that we are entitled to X, Y, Z, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And as for me, what I think, I'm inclining towards the latter. We're so spoiled rotten, we've forgotten what hardship is. It's disgusting.
Yes, sir.
It's part of the reason why I think a lot of people should be made to go at least 2 years into mandatory service. Ghost Hunter, how can you say that? That's terrible. Not everybody's cut out for that. True, but let's also take into consideration the fact that as somebody who has been to an American university, that, gee, you know, it was kind of, an enlightening experience to go talk with people, to kind of see things. But, you know, it's also really disturbing when you go there and, you know, everyone's basically talking about the same thing, and it's like, what about a difference of opinion? And those who shared my opinion said, I can't talk about this because everybody else disagrees with me. Hell, I was even in one of the centers that I'm allowed to go into there, and it was talking about Michael Avenatti, the former lawyer for President Trump. And this woman had come in with she wasn't a butch haircut, but she had her haircut basically looked like a dude. And she had the New York Times in her hand, and it had a Michael Avenatti. And I just said, you believe him? And then, you know, the political structure, the political shit was... Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I let that slip out, but I might as well keep it. The political stuff had gone so hard and so fast and so quickly that almost everybody who heard me say, you really believe that guy, as immediately I was shouted down just like that. It was bam, just Rah! Everyone shouted together in one unison voice at me. And even I sat there and said, and the thing that was actually sad was I wasn't saying I wasn't a really big fan of the president. I was a bigger fan of President Trump than I was of President Obama. I'll make that clear. But was I such a big fan of him that I was like, oh, that guy's lying? No, my answer was straightforward. You believe someone who has lied before to save his own butt, save his own skin, and you honestly think this person's going to tell the truth? And I put that at them. I pushed this at this woman, kind of like, you're going to believe someone who will lie just to lie again. And I was told that, more or less, this is him telling the truth. And you know the thing that's actually really sad was that it was a big nothing burger in front of Congress. He sat there and said that the stuff that they wanted to say the president was guilty of, guess what? Was nothing. He basically told them the thing that they already knew, that this had already happened. And I was like, gee, that was a big letdown for these people. Like, geez, think about it for a minute. He's now telling the truth. Does he have some sort of metaphorical gun to his head? It was funny. I asked other people who pay attention to politics the same way I do, and you know what they told me? Yeah, the reason why he's talking is because his wife was in trouble for, what was it, the Federal Bureau? Something along those lines. I don't recall completely off the top of my head. But his wife had been in trouble for some reason, and that, more or less, this was his way of helping her by testifying to those in power who had the necessary influence to, deal with it. Yeah, I so buy that this man's being honest not to save either his own skin or save somebody he cares about. Sure, I believe that. Ooh, award, baby. Oh, yeah. But, back on the topic here. Has anything woke helped anybody? Let's see. Gillette posted a woke ad about men's bad quote-unquote behavior. What happened to Gillette? They went broke. Men stopped buying their product. Men asked their wives, please don't buy this product for me, if they were even quote-unquote married. That's how badly it's backfired on them. And then look what's happening to Disney right now. I mean, think about that for a minute. All of the latest Disney stuff is just terrible. You can't say that. It's inclusive. Really? I watched Going Red? Story about the girl who transforms into the giant red panda. And I thought it was such a lackluster movie. If I were to turn on Lilo and Stitch and compare it to Going Red, I'd rather watch Lilo and Stitch. By the way, big Stitch fan. Yes. Experiment 626. His only purpose is to destroy, eh? Yeah, big fan. Grew up. If I was bored when I was younger, that was one of my go-to movies. But anyway, Anyway. Disney is now suffering, and Disney is suffering so bad, they bought back their previous CEO to try and help things. Then you think about the recent movies that they made. I mean, gee, out of everything that they've made recently, the only thing that I think was relatively good was, what was it, Encanto? And it's like, are you kidding me? I'm watching these Disney movies, and, you know, people might sit there and say, oh, wow, man-child. No, man-child, to me, is it. You know, I will sit here and set this straight right now. I like a good story. I don't care whether it's a book, a movie. I enjoy a good story. It's not a crime to enjoy a good story, regardless of the medium. Thank you very much.
Good job on taking out those.
I mean, I enjoyed the Netflix series The Witcher, and, you know, everyone would be like, oh yeah. But I also enjoyed playing the Witcher games too. Granted, I didn't get a chance to play the first one because it's PC only, and I need to figure out a way to do that. I think maybe through Steam that might be possible, but anyway, I digress. I digress at this point. You know, going woke has not done anybody any good. It's caused families to not talk to each other. There are other reasons why that's happened, but still. It's caused families to fight amongst themselves and basically tell themselves apart. I mean, it was so bad, it was so prevalent that you had people making comedy skits about it, where you had these woke people doing the darndest things to each other. Battle cruiser operational. But it's like how, what was it? It was Think Before You Sleep who posted up this video from, what was it, Juliet or something like that? Or, oh no, Jubilee, that's it. The channel Jubilee. And, you know, you had, you know, these teens who had embraced the woke narrative and older people talking about, and one of the biggest things that the older folks got across was, I can't have a proper Christmas with my family because of this narrative. This is terrible. This is wrong. I can't even sit down and have a holiday meal with my family. And yet, this narrative is still pushed. Does this not bug anybody? That the woke narrative, aside from causing many companies to either forcibly reduce staff, put people out of jobs because people stop buying their product, or these woke people start attacking people. Who was that Fox News anchor who was a woman who the woke crowd demanded that advertisers stop putting their ads on her show because she dared talk about the state of masculinity in today's modern society? They tried to get her canceled. Didn't work, mind you, here, but they still tried it. And then let's talk about Tucker Carlson for a minute. Another Fox personality talk show host. He literally got doxxed. His family had to move from the home they had been living in for 5-6+ years? Because they were doxxed by these people? Is this not a problem for anybody? I mean, come on. You have families separating because they can't agree to disagree. You have these people cry bullying. Oh, you said these things to me. My feelers are hurt, and I want you to stop. So I'm gonna grab all my friends and make so you cannot live. What is wrong with this? I have no words for this. Is this not understood how wrong this is? I mean, come on. I mean, how hard is it not to agree to disagree, and just sit down and be tolerant of each other? I mean, is it really that hard to understand that even if we can't agree to disagree, that we can still come together as a family, a community, and actually stand up for what's right with each other?
Good to see you on your feet, General.
Now, people will sit there and say, where's the jail? Where's the prison? Simple. Do you know how many woke people have gotten into fights? Or better yet, let's talk about, oh yeah, the fact that Antifa and certain politicians were bailing woke people out of prison because they were going to these protests and were getting arrested for rioting, even though they were actually protesting. And then they were being radicalized because Antifa or these politicians got them out of jail, and that bail money came with, okay, you're going to do this for us. Yeah, some quid pro quo right there. Does this not bug anybody that these issues are being pushed? That these woke narratives are destroying families, destroying companies, destroying lives. I mean, remember when President Trump was elected, and you had that story of that woman who got in the face of this like 8 or 9 year old kid and screamed at him, "You are a racist, blah 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 blah. You are. Oh, what was it? You are xenophobic, homophobic, Islamophobic, blah 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 blah." Got into a 9-year-old kid's, 8-9-year-old kid's face, maybe even 10-year-old kid's face, and was screaming this in his face. Does this not bug anybody? Does anybody think this is wrong? No, this is okay for everybody? How is this okay? You have people verbally assaulting children. Oh, and Jim? Top of the speech is right there, man. Because some things are just worth fighting for. That is a speech, my folks. But anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Bang the bell. And I will see you guys in the last video for StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty.